And it's challenge quest time with my first ever level 80 team. Well, almost. Zack is level 78 with the crystals. Not quite enough black crystals, but that's okay. I'm gonna get him to level 80, and I probably won't even use him much for a while, but simply out of respect. This man deserves the crystals. Zack was an absolute legend for the longest time, and that cannot be forgotten. I'm a very big fan of Penelo's call ability. I wish I could use it here, but Penelo is here, so we can't use it. Yeah, we get that same character mechanic. You can't, which makes sense. You obviously can't call in a character from the bench if she's standing right next to you. But that's okay. We don't need call abilities for this. It's Chaos, and Chaos is... I mean, you really notice the difficulty spike from Ruthenia to Chaos, I'd say. It, like, happened overnight. It was like the second Ruthenia got here, out of nowhere, everything we got just got super strong, and Chaos just felt like pushovers. It was kind of nuts. I am debating getting Lightning's other costume. Thinking about it. Does she really need 2 costumes? I don't know. No, she doesn't, but I kind of just want it anyway. We'll see. I think I did a better job managing her rotations this time around. I learned some stuff from the Ruthenia. Some do's and don'ts. Like I had mentioned before, not the best idea to use her LD when she is on her free turn. Use it on her real turn, not the free one, because she won't get the instant turn rate. She'll still get the 3 turns in a row, but not the instant turn if you use Lightning's LD on the free turn. So keep that in mind for the Lightning users. Like if I were to LD right now, I'd get the breaks, but I would not get the instant turn. This sword is much less threatening this time around without the orb, and with Zack being here, that sword is barely even in the fight at all. It just kind of exists. So we're not even going to look at it. There's really not much of a point. Now we get our breaks. I'm not as worried about getting the 2-turn delay because the Tyrant is just gonna get bullied, really. So that is something to keep in mind. Like if you want to loop back into the Spark Strike mode to get the 2-turn delay, there's some different managing that needs to happen when it comes to Lightning's rotation. From what I'm used to, anyways. Just throwing that LD into the mix, yeah, it mixes things up a little bit, obviously. I mean, it's not so bad. In fact, it's more than not so bad. It's amazing, but it takes some getting used to is all, from what I'm used to doing previously. But it does kind of seem like with the new Lightning, I don't want to speak too soon, but it seems kind of like you can just press buttons and for the most part, be okay. As long as you keep your breaks in order and keep their turn set back, it's really not that hard to do with her, especially now. There's a lot of situations here where I could have HP attack with Penelo because she was at full brave, but I instead opted to just dance because it's a free turn and just keep the buffs on. Because that is one of Lightning's cons, is that she burns through her buffs really quickly. Yes, an early burst, why not? Because we have a launch lined up, let's take advantage of this damage right here. If you press the button. There we go. Not half bad. 582, I'll take it. So we're 13 turns in, he's already almost half dead. Getting there. I do have something I want to say unrelated to the video. I don't want to get too much into detail about this, and I don't want to blame anybody for it either, because I don't think it's necessarily anyone's fault. But a while back, this was when 9 was about to come out, and a lot of people were comparing 9 to Warrior of Light because of the shields. And Black Nero had made a video about people making bad comparisons among characters. And I don't fault him for making that at all, because bad comparisons are something that need to be addressed, absolutely. They're definitely out there, they definitely exist, and they can be very misleading. But I think something happened to this community after he made that video. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just something that I noticed on all the social media platforms since that came out, is I think that there's now a misconception where any comparison made between characters at all is now by default a bad comparison if they don't do exactly the same thing, which is ridiculous. You can still compare characters. Just because two characters don't do exactly the same thing doesn't mean that you can't compare them and contrast them. In fact, that comparing characters is something that all of us do when we build team compositions. We do it in our heads constantly. Okay, what's the fight at hand? What's coming at me? What do I need? Do I need delays? Do I need heals? Do I need protection? Do I need this or that or what have you? In team building, we look at our roster, we look at what's coming at us, and we just make those comparisons when we build teams. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit it, the comparisons are made. So it's okay to say them out loud sometimes without having people jump down your throat. Just because you draw a comparison between one character to another character doesn't mean you are implying that these two characters are exactly the same because they share similarities. And no, I'm not implicating Black Nero. I'm not even trying to say that that was what Black Nero was intending to say, because he didn't say that. I don't think he even intended to get that message across. He just brought up some bad comparisons. Some of them were hilarious. Like, what was one of them? It was like, one of the ones that he said was, Zidane is a worse Fujin, which I don't even know how to make sense of that. Like, all they do together is launch. That's it. Everything else they do is completely different. Like, one enchants and perils, the other one has gravity, the other one has debuffs. It's just a weird comparison. Other than launches, that's really the only thing they have in common. But regardless, you can still say things about certain characters, what they have in common, what they don't have in common, to make judgment calls and build good teams given the situation. So making general statements about that isn't a bad thing. We all do that, whether it's in our heads or out loud. So that's just something I wanted to say about that. Wow, that little rant, and Tyrant is basically dead. Yeah, this challenge quest went down very quickly. Yeah, I meant what I said when I said we were going to neglect the sword. That thing still has 90% health. Yeah, not a lot of AoE on this team, like not much at all. Actually, the only AoE we have is Zack's split damage EX. That's it. And Zack has barely gotten to move this whole fight. Lightning has been doing all the work. Only a matter of time now. 6%. Wow. That was pretty fast. Remember this thing? It was chapter 9? Was it chapter 9? Yeah, that's when we got Cloud of Darkness and the Kafka EX Plus. This Tyrant used to be, I want to say, melee resist? Or range resist? Maybe it was both. No, it was just melee. It was just melee resist. Now it's magic resist. You know, they switch it up sometimes. Is what it is. Now, I thought this was going to be a kill. But then apologies for that car parked outside my house. Making rumbling noises in the midst of the video. But anyway. Yeah, I forgot. You gotta kill the sword at least once first for the fight to be over when the Tyrant goes down. But that won't be a problem now. I'm always running into this problem now where I never know which summon I want to bring. Like, I always struggle with what's the best option, and I don't know. I always just settle with Odin now, because I really like the defense down. Because I used to rock Brothers constantly, but we don't really seem to be in much of a need for higher max Brave at this point. We kind of just cap on it anyways, with all the damage we've been doing. So, I don't know. Brother seems like not optimal for me anyway. I mean, if Kais is around, I'm going to run Pandemonium, and there's no question about that. But when he's not there, I'm always like, I don't know what I want to do. But then I always just run Odin, and it always works out. And that should be that. Nice and easy. That's weird. 31 turns on this and 31 turns on the Luthenia. Exact same turn count for both quests. Weird. Alright, that's that. So, yeah, gotta test the Dystopia challenge. I'll probably bring a TCC your way. And after that, it'll be Camelot. So until then, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.